Aam Aadmi Party MLAs have 5 demands from the police commissioner is what we are learning. The DCP should be suspended. All the policemen posted on the incident route should be suspended. The policeman who put mild sections in the FIR must also be shown the door. Considering the case as rarest of rare, the strictest punishment should be given. Delhi police should take strict action without giving in to political pressure, is what the Aam Aadmi Party has now said.
बारह किलोमीटर तक एक लड़की ऐसी दरिंदगी के साथ घसीटती चली गई। वो पुलिस अफसर जिन्होंने सिर्फ एक आरोपी पर धाराएं दर्ज करी और बाकियों को छोड़ दिया, वही पुलिस अफसर जिसने एक कमजोर धारा में एफआईआर दर्ज की, और डीसीपी जिन्होंने आरोपियों को बचाने की कोशिश करी, उनके डिफेंस में स्टेटमेंट दी, उन सब पर भी कार्रवाई होनी जरूरी है कि जो पुलिसकर्मी आगे सोचें कि हम किसी व्यक्ति को बचाएं, किसी आरोपी को बचाएं, खासकर किसी राजनीतिक आरोपी को भी बचाएं, उन पर भी एक नकेल कसने की जरूरत है।
Ashutosh continues to be with us. Ashutosh, the Aam Aadmi Party has leveled many allegations against the Delhi police, including an important one of how for 8 kilometers when the body was dragged to such a distance, what was the police doing? There are police supposed to be patrolling these areas as per the rules, as per the requirements. What were the police doing at that point in time?
Well, that's the questions even several eyewitnesses are also raising, that they have been constantly calling, the police helpline, and still for really long there was no help. And also till the stretch, 8 kilometers really means something in part of Delhi. It's such a smaller pocket time, barely 1200 square kilometers of this capital. 8 kilometers, if a car drags a body, how come, there have been not even a single patrolling vehicle, as we have no very tall claims being made by the government, the MHA, the Delhi Police Commissioner, the Lieutenant Governor, that we are so vigilant. For 8 kilometers or even more than that, how the Delhi Police patrolling vehicle, even a patrolling bike, we have a huge number of the force. How did they miss it? And that's exactly why the question is being raised. Whether it was deliberate negligence or it was just a negligence, the Delhi police failed to even spot that and even failed to respond to those calls seeking help by several eyewitnesses as they claim. And that's exactly why now the political party is getting an opportunity, and that's why Aam Aadmi Party leaders trying to meet the police commissioner. They are raising 5 demands. The first, suspend all those police forcemen across this 8 kilometers and more that stretch. They were deployed on that. Their responsibility to maintain the law and order situation, their responsibility was to see the city remain safe and calm on that particular evening, because we know the new area where we have a lot of rush of the people coming out one place to another. Secondly, the DCP of Delhi police of that zone, because he was the first making statement where he cited the statement given by the accused that it was loud music. They did not even get to know that these things have happened. So that clearly now they are targeting that first there has to be some action against the inspector who filed the FIR and there was not a relevant sections. Then the DCP and also the policeman zone deployed on that particular stretch. And that's usually what happens in any state. Remember, so keep aside the politics, it happens in any state. If there are some cases happen, there is duty of the opposition to come up on the street to demand strict action against the, particularly the hearing official. If there have been negligence, that also need to be proved. And this has always been, we have often seen that first, at least when it comes to the negligence, actions are being taken. Now here, another matter of probe is a matter of investigation, whether there was deliberate negligence by the Delhi police, whether they are even going to probe that there was negligence, and if that comes, we have to see whether they are going to take action against the Delhi police official. But that I see, given the several precedents in past, that is very unlikely that Delhi police people will be booked or there will be any action against this hearing official. But for now, of course, this has given the ammunition to the opposition camp, raising attack against the BJP, which is leading the centre government and which is directly in the control authority of the Delhi police here.
The politics of this aside for a moment, Ashutosh, the girl Anjali has a family that she has left behind. We've been talking about how she was the sole breadwinner. Just for our viewers, give a sense of the kind of support that the Aam Aadmi Party government, for example, is extending to the family members who've been left behind, who Anjali has left behind.
PM Deputy Chief Minister Manish Sisodia will be meeting the family members of the girl, and so far there have not been any official words from the Delhi government. what kind of, whether there will be financial aid or some support to the family member. In the meanwhile, one of the BJP leader from Delhi has announced that family will be taken care of. They will provide some financial assistance. In the meanwhile, civil society through social media platforms have also been appealing to the people. She was being sole breadwinner for the family, at least come to offer. So we are also seeing civil society members are, approaching each other, calling for help for the family member. But when it comes to the government, we'll have to see whether some financial help or any job for the family member or any kind of help that will be announced by Deputy Chief Minister. 12:30 p.m. he'll be meeting the family members.
Ashutosh, I'm going to thank you for the moment, for joining us with those details. I'm going to go across now to Rahul Gautam, who's right outside the house of the victim. In fact, Rahul, this is going to be a day in which several netas, including the Deputy Chief Minister, like Ashutosh is telling us, will be extending solidarity to the family members, the mother and the younger siblings who've been left behind. And we'll also know the kind of support that is going to be extended to all of these people, including financial support.
Well, absolutely, Sneha. And right now I'm in Karan Vihar A block, which is the original native place of victim. Earlier she was staying with her relative there in Mangolpuri, and you can see there are a lot of police presence here, given the fact that shortly from now, Deputy Chief Minister Mr. Manish Sisodia, Atishi Malina and a delegation of Aam Aadmi Party leaders are going to be reaching here. They'll be meeting the family and would be offering their condolences. Now, as far as financial assistance is concerned, the Aam Aadmi Party has made it very clear that whatever possible assistance they can extend, they will certainly be extending, to the family. However, I must tell our viewers that it seems that this particular case is now gathering a lot of political steam as well, given the fact that Aam Aadmi Party is blaming LG office, saying that he is the sole custodian of law and order in the national capital, and he has completely failed in discharging their duties, given the fact that on 31st of December, when many of the Delhiites were out there for celebrating the arrival of New Year, at that point of time there was complete absence of police arrangements on the streets of the national capital, because otherwise how could it be possible that a car dragged a woman for almost 10 to 12 kilometers without getting detected? So obviously you can expect that they could certainly set a stage for confrontation between BJP and Aam Aadmi Party, but the family here is in mourning state. They have just lost their sole breadwinner, and I must also tell you, details about the family's background. We've been informed that she was taking care of family of 8 members, 4 sisters, 2 brothers, then her maternal grandmother, and then her mother. So obviously this has come to as a great shock to them, and it's a difficult phase for them.